Podcast with Wade on it. Super lit, it's a wave, homie. Hot topics to current events, it's going down. But is you smoking crack now? He call you out if you wildin'. Special guests, we vibing. All the jokes will always have you smiling. My dog for life, I'm riding. Sigma man for the community. Hold it down for like you and me. Ain't with the beef, it's all unity. New wave on it, Wade on it. Hold up, my nigga. You know it's Wade on it.
From the bottom, yeah, I'm here now. I got it off the mud, ain't shit to fear now. Lost a couple day ones, yeah, they changed up.
Yep.
How all these bitches on my dick, but I'm
Wait to clap that thing. How long you done? You holding in his hand for about 10 minutes.
Foolish, man.
Oh, man.
Foolish.
Y'all boys crazy.
Foolish.
Oh, boy.
Another installment, man.
Some of that Frito-Lay.
Got a goddamn special guest in the building, man. You know,
Some of that
Mr. Frito-Lay.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Oh, nice, yeah?
Man.
You know it, man. Special guest, man.
Hold up, man.
Special guest.
pack smell on.
You know it.
Shoes on, drip down. Drip, y'all drown.
Yeah.
Money gain, no pretending. Broke niggas stay offended.
Hey.
Episode 6.
Your boy over here trending.
Episode 6. Wade on the podcast. We back.
Wade on it. We back,
This your
bitches.
boy Jay Wade, and I got my co-host Patron,
What it do?
aka Pleasure P,
Hey.
aka Passionate Pat, aka DJ Recovery, aka PT in the building. And we have a special guest tonight or today.
Yeah, man. Gang in this beach.
Black Devil and think I'm on night.
More night, yeah.
Yeah, oh, man.
What's up with y'all, man? We out here, man.
Black Dove in the building. Frito-Lay, you here in the background. Frito-Lay. Frito-Lay is playing, baby. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm great, man. Wonderful, man.
Man, I'm glad to have you on.
I'm
here,
happy
man.
to be here with y'all, man.
And we happy to have you, man.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
We what? How many days into the new year?
I don't
Probably
know.
about 10 days.
10 to 12 days.
Go ahead.
I think
I'm pulling up a
we
little
somewhere in the
Appreciate
first 2 weeks of the new year. And you know, it's been crazy because you know we were living the first 90 days of last year, and they kept talking about like COVID, and everybody was like, "Man, everybody shit." They said, "Go boom." The world stopped.
I didn't think that shit was
The
going to happen,
world
though.
stopped.
Right.
So you know, and we 12 days or 13 days into the new year, and you know, tragedy is already struck a little bit, but at the same time, we're gonna continue to move forward with positive mindsets and ambitious souls. You know, we're gonna take over, we're gonna conquer, we're gonna do everything we set on our conquest. So I'm proud to say I got my dog, I got my friend, I got my frat brother, I got an affiliate of mine, a business partner, just a true gentleman, man. A true high quality, high caliber individual that I'm looking forward to interviewing. I hope that y'all take part in this.
Well, I thought
y'all,
you were talking about me.
Y'all go ahead and make sure y'all tune in. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a motherfucking friend.
I thought,
You know how they get down.
I thought like, damn.
I appreciate that, boy.
Talk about Black
No, I
Dove.
wasn't talking about you, bro. You ragged as hell. You be
I
right.
appreciate that, boy.
You my best friend though, but you're not gonna talk to you like that though. You right?
Messed
You right?
up.
You right? But I love you though.
I'm all right.
He loves me.
It's your raggedy ass. It's your raggedy ass.
Hey, give me my rose.
I'm gonna give you roses, all right? Yeah, you know.
All right. So anyway, though, man, Black Dove, man, you got a lot of stuff going on, man. You're big time now. Hey, appreciate you.
I got a long way to go.
He turning down deals
appreciate
now,
that,
man.
sir. And before I get going, hit the alert button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, www.wadeonitpodcast.com. Everything is on there. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Follow, hit the alert button, and most importantly, subscribe.
Subscribe.
There you go.
That
Subscribe.
was a tongue twister. Tongue
Subscribe.
twister.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But back to Black Dove.
What's up, man?
Black Dove,
What's
man.
up with y'all?
So
man?
you had a track called Prodigy, right? Prodigy with
No other.
Big Bro,
No
Big
other.
bro, big homie,
Joey Crack,
Joey Crack.
Fat Joe. I mean,
Fat Joe.
get a round of applause on that one right now. That man doing big things right
Hey
now.
man, you got to make sure you stand up for that, because I mean that's a tremendous feat, to get a feature of that caliber. Like that's hip hop royalty, that's hip hop legacy. Like when you say Joey Crack, Fat Joe, folks then put some respect behind it because of what he's done, that man's pedigree and everything else.
Yeah.
He put in that work, and then you recognize like, dang, he was the person that then took the helm behind Big Pun. You know, God rest his soul. So you know, like that was my favorite rappers growing up because he's so animated. And then you see a guy like Fat Joe come in. Yeah.
Big
Like
Pun was your favorite rapper?
I said, one of my favorite rappers.
Oh, okay.
One of.
Really? I'm surprised by that one.
Bro, I listened to everything. You know, I was fortunate to be. I was fortunate enough to have a brother that was also into records and also into music. So he put me on everything.
Name me 2 Big Pun songs.
Oh.
Don't want to be a player.
I knew you go. That's a given. Give me
name a few that people don't know about. Name 2 that people don't know.
I can't remember the business. I'll lie to you.
Hey, it's all good. I believe you though. I know.
I don't know Big Pun songs.
Nah, because I mean, when I say he was animated, you got to think about him and his characteristics at that time. Large, heavy set player. At the same time, one of those guys that you then look at and then you say like, dang, that dude really gets girls. Like he get girls.
His wordplay was crazy.
It's like he's hey Bodie, come on, you know that little flavor shit, that type of shit. You know, you then mimic that, you imitate it. So don't put me on spot like I don't know history of hip hop, bro. I'm a DJ. I've been listening to music before I was walking. And so what that means, I just song. Okay, Jarrell.
What?
Nothing.
Exactly, God. You know I don't know about no music.
That's you know what? That's not your calling though.
It's not.
It's not.
All he knows is Field Mob.
That's it.
The greatest. Nah, I ain't gonna say the greatest.
Yeah, you did.
The second greatest.
And that's a lie.
That's a lie too.
That's a lie too.
The second greatest
duo
in rap history.
All right. Okay, so you know what? Black Dove. So tell me how you got into music, bro. How'd you get into music, bro? What was it for you?
Man, that shit was honestly, bro, I had some cats that moved down here from New York when I was back in the day, and they was freestyling, so that's how I got into it. They was from Queens and whatnot.
So this is what, early 2000s?
Bro, this was like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay. So when you say they were from New York and they were freestyling, that was also during that time period. If you're here in Atlanta, that was the Crunk era, so that was Lil Jon era.
That wasn't the Crunk era. That was the era where you had Miracle, Pastor
you
Troy.
Said late 99?
Late 98, 99. That was Miracle, Pastor Troy.
That was Crunk era, bro. That was the beginning of the Crunk era. You said Mystical? Bro, you think about it. Lil Jon
Miracle.
Okay, so check this out. When did B.I.B.I. drop? 99, 98.
Are you sure?
That was right around that time period, bro.
That Miracle, right?
Bro, Ludacris came out like 01.
01, yeah.
01. So Lil Jon was before that, bro. Lil Jon, the East Side Boys?
But he wasn't that popping until like maybe like 2003, I think.
I mean, the era itself. I'm not saying
but I see what you're saying. That's when it started. I'm not saying at its peak,
because what I'm getting at is, you know, what I experienced in those segues in those situations were a lot of guys that were coming from the north, they were coming to the south, and they weren't really messing with the South's music, even still.
They wasn't.
B.I.B. released in 2000.
And that's what I'm saying. So again, at that point, you then recognize that they're then trying to then channel what they're accustomed to, which is lyricism. Down here, it wasn't lyricism at that point. It wasn't the focus point.
It was. Goody Mob was still going crazy.
You had a cluster. Dungeon Family was the first one, and really the major imprint for lyricism in Atlanta. Majority of the lyrics weren't coming from all the other platforms, all the other labels that were then pushing artists out. It was more so along the lines of, okay, we need to solidify that we are here based off of the work and the foundation that Dungeon Family, that let's see. You had a lot of those groups that were around at that time, and they flourished. You had So Def. I mean, again, So Def was in that time period as well.
But the people who was running the South at that time, when I met them cats freestyling, was No Limit and Cash Money. They was going crazy in the South at that time. When I first started rapping, it was them two groups.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then Atlanta came.
So that's actually earlier than.
That's 98.
Bro, you said No Limit.
No Limit, that's like
96.
I wasn't rapping then.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You said No
Limit. But it was
Limit.
still hot though.
No, when?
You rapping at 10?
No.
What?
6th grade. That's when I started.
What I'm saying is it's timeline.
11.
So of course, New Orleans had the bounce music, and they were going crazy with the bounce.
They
were going crazy with the bounce. It went from.
I want to hear a Black Dove 11-year-old rap.
Then it went to.
It was trash.
Then
I jumped out the sandbox.
Boy.
What the hell?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that guy there, man. Don't pay no mind. But nah, so yeah, you then had those periods, like you said, Cash Money, and then there was No Limit. Cash Money was like mid-90s
What?
Cash Money, man.
Taking over for the 99 and the 2000.
I mean, excuse me, No Limit. No Limit was Ice Cream Man. That was 93, 94.
No limit.
That was Master P.
I'm trying to.
Okay,
You said
you
No
go all
Limit.
day. Go ahead.
You said
Yes, I
No
see.
Limit, and then you said Cash Money. What I'm basically alluding to is
Boy,
they were
having
two
a
different
musical
time
history
periods,
lesson.
but they were in the same. They were in the
Yeah,
same.
they was.
They were in the same decade. Yeah,
So,
they were in the same
definitely,
decade,
definitely.
and it just transferred. So what I was basically getting at is at that time period, lyricism wasn't big in the South. So most folks that were coming from the North were then trying to then channel that and consider hearing that consistently. So what they then would do is battle rap. We saw it in even those high school settings. We saw it from all those freestyle battles from
DMX.
Anyway, we saw him in those freestyle battles. Those what's your boy? What's his name? Loaded Lux and Murder Mook. And you got
J Mills.
I
You
was
got
there. I was
Cassidy. You had all those
Cassidy.
little battles, and those were hot.
Smack
I mean,
DVD.
like from 2002 to probably like 2010. And I mean, they still going crazy now. I think it's what Smack. Not Smack.
Smack owns it, but it's like a URL.
Yeah,
or
it's
something
a
like
Caffeine.
URL,
You talking
yeah.
about caffeine? Is it caffeine?
I don't know what
Yeah,
that is.
I've been battle rapping since I was 9.
Got you. Let me hear some beats.
Huh?
Let me hear some beats.
Go ahead, drop something.
Nah, freestyle, bro.
Go ahead. Let me hear
Freestyle.
something.
Let me hear something. Give me that hot fire.
All right. I mean, y'all asked for it.
We did.
All right,
Drop
hold on.
that.
Boom. I stepped in the room with my Nikes, riding around the city, trying to get some ice cream. Boom.
Bro, it's not a poetry slam, nigga. That was. Alright, so my man.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Yeah, man. So,
Talk to me.
So when did you?
Jameson.
Alright, so when did you actually make your first song? When was your first song? At around what age?
When he was 11.
Hey, bro, I was in 6th grade. That's when Next Friday came out. And you remember that Ice Cube song? I can do it. Put your back into it. That was the soundtrack. So I had actually got that CD. It was a song. It was the instrumental. You remember how you used to come?
You can dub it. Yeah.
Bruh, I had a tape recorder and put it next to the stereo.
Yeah, you
I started
dubbed it.
rapping over that
Yeah.
shit.
You remember the verse?
Man, I don't remember. She was garbage though. I know
wish you
that.
could remember it.
I mean,
I wish
but
I could
it's-
though,
bruh.
bruh.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Bruh.
And a
So
lot of
y'all started
folks,
when I was
honestly,
8.
they sometimes need to keep working at this shit. They somehow fucking deals.
Well,
I'm mad I
it's all
stopped.
how much you love it though. If you love it, you gonna get better. Like if it's just
I
if
would-
it's just like a
I would-
hobby or a fad, you ain't. Yeah.
So what's your take on Silk the Shocker?
Oh, Silk the Shocker is the worst rapper
I mean,
of
his
all
brother
time.
was Master P,
So he didn't love it.
so he fell into it.
So he didn't love it.
Silk the Shocker.
I don't think he loved it.
Okay,
Silk the
that's fair.
But if
That's
my
fair.
brother was Master P,
Silk the
and he was like,
Shocker.
"Hey, bro, just come rap, and you gonna get these millions in racks if you on the road," I would have did it too.
I get into my car, ride round.
But at the same
Worst
time,
rapper of all time.
at the same time, it ain't my fault.
Bro,
I used to play the
Like I
shit out
said,
that song.
man, hey,
I ain't gonna front. That
shout
shit
out-
used to
Who
go hard.
first to Silk the Shocker? Nobody.
I got somebody.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. It's
50
gotta be
Tyson?
somebody worse.
50 times not
He wasn't a rapper though.
Why he wasn't? He made a song.
So
It went viral.
That's true. so 11 out of sandbox, boom, 6th
Yeah,
grade.
yeah.
So when did you actually first time you went in the booth? What was the first? Do you remember the first song you recorded in the actual studio? Do you actually remember that? I just want to know.
Shit.
Coming back to Georgia Southern boy, you was Black Dove was in the streets popping.
Yeah, I was. 17. First time in the booth.
17.
Because in high school I was just battle rapping. I used to battle rap a lot.
I would tell you to battle rap me, but I don't want to embarrass you out here.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah. I don't play no games.
Thank you for sparing me. I appreciate that.
Just trying to tell you.
That is terrible. Terrible,
Yeah.
my friend.
You remember your first album? That you actually like put out?
Transition in Statesboro.
This.
Y'all remember Transition? I know y'all remember that. Y'all
Shout out
remember.
to transition. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I do not remember Transition.
You remember.
that's terrible.
I
I ain't gonna
dropped
listen to me in front
I
of
ain't
you.
gonna lie. I dropped it right before.
You got online.
Right.
You got online.
I dropped it right before I went online.
I remember that.
But don't not because I remember, because I don't. Music is not,
It's cool that you remember, but you should show me a lot of love back in the day. You should be like, oh, that shit was hot. Yeah.
Only reason
yeah. I'm gonna boost you up now, no matter what. Even if it's trash, you gonna be like, hey, boy, keep doing your thing.
You are boosted though.
Nah,
But now though, I will tell you the truth.
I know you will.
I'll tell you the truth.
You done
now.
called me the other day and told me I couldn't sing. I remember that shit.
Thank you.
You thought, my nigga, you can't sing.
Hey, I gonna be honest with y'all. Hey, give me
I said, hey, boy, you need somebody on that hook, boy. But the both.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, bro, he text me, hey, bro, you need somebody on that hook. I was like, why? He's like, my nigga, you can't sing. I was like, damn, man.
That's the real shit that you need in your corner, though.
What, did you feel some
That
type of way
shit
about
keep
it? Oh,
you
okay.
humble.
I was just like, you want
Hell
the other's
no.
opinion.
That shit keep you humble.
By this time, I've been doing music so long, I shouldn't feel no type of way.
And
about
that
nothing.
and that is a big part of it, man. I often wonder. I was like,
What's up?
like for artists, at what point do they then escape the reality of being an artist for who they then were supposed to be an artist for?
Okay.
You know, it's just like, okay, so at some point, it's almost like everybody talks about that sophomore jinx, that sophomore album jinx, where it's like, that first album, it go crazy. Like, for instance, Get Rich or Die Trying, this nigga dropped The Massacre. That didn't age well, but Get Rich or Die Trying, you can bump that bitch, you know.
That shit went crazy.
Many man.
Is what I'm saying. All right, so you just spoke to something, and I want to kind of dive in on that because that's important. And you spoke about the importance of staying independent. So, you as an independent artist, what are the pros and the cons, and you know, how do you then seeing that playing into your future in the industry?
The pros is you have more creative control, and in the long run, you're gonna reap all the benefits. You keep all the proceeds, any track that you drop. If you know your publishing, if you know your copyrights, you keep all that on the back end. The cons is spending your own money. You got to pay for everything. Everything come out your pocket. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes it gets stressful. Sometimes you be like, damn, nigga, I need a bigger machine behind me. And you want to give up sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. It's mornings I woke up like, man, fuck this shit, man. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
And you know what? It's important that you say that because I feel like
I be waking up like that sometimes too.
I know.
I mean, that's life. That's life, and if you're not feeling like that, man, shout out to you and let me know what the hell you doing. Give me those scratch off ticket. Let me know who you bought it from and when you bought it, the season in which you bought it, and everything else. But nah, it's important that we talk about that type of lingo, language, and everything else within these conversations because it preaches a notion of like ownership.
Right.
You know, it's owning your name. It's like when we talk about, you know, being in the NFL, like being in college.
Yes.
And then you don't even really own your name.
No, sir.
But they suspended, you know, certain things from being, you know, in play for the NCAA, but they still are reaping the benefits of the play each and every Saturday.
Right.
So, you know, for me, I always talk about, you know, just, you know, one, Carpe Diem is one of the mantras that I actually, you know, like, I revisit quite often. Seize the day. Take advantage of your 24. And it's important that artists recognize the work that has to go in to then be a successful artist. So, a secret, you know, Coach K and QCP, they always are giving like little gems and little diamonds and little nuggets because they recognize it. And for those of you all who are watching this that don't know who they are, Coach K and QCP are the label owners of QC Entertainment. And they have Little Baby, they got the Migos, they got Little Yachty. They were at one point managing Cardi. They got City Girls. They got Marlo. I'm sorry, R.I.P. Marlo.
R.I.P.
You got, you know, a lot of individuals that were, you know, looking to either be signed, and they got Bankroll Freddie. But anyway, they were talking about the importance of recognizing how much it costs to break a record. And everybody know, like, y'all can fake and y'all can flex and y'all can talk about, oh, you still got to go to New York, get your check, cutting everything else, all that other shit. But I'll tell you like it is. You come into Atlanta to get your motherfucking radio, to get your song on the radio.
Yep.
That's syndicated everywhere. You come in here.
For sure.
Prior to COVID, you were going to Blue Flame, you were going to Magic, you were going to Escobar, you were going to see Greg Street at V103, you were going to see, you know, a few other
Not
folks.
so much right now, though, but
I mean, I said prior to COVID. And so what I'm saying is you had your platforms, you had your avenues to then break and then create traction for your albums, for your streams, for your EPs, for whatever your project was through Atlanta. There is no way around it. You know, and at this point, I feel like you have to recognize how much work it goes into it. So they sat there and said the figure was $260,000 is what it took them to break Lil Baby's first single. My dog. 260.
Okay, I believe that. Yeah,
260. Because what happens is at that point, you
took me
paying
3,000
basically
to break
all
mine.
of the popping DJs to then keep it in circulation to a point where it's highly requested. And at that point, it's out of the DJ's control. It's the people that now want to hear that song.
Yep.
But you gotta pay the DJ to keep the song in rotation.
They pay
And that's
too much,
not just that's not just weekly. Sometimes, depending on how your relationship is with that person, that shit is daily.
They pay too much.
Now
Pat.
it may be weekly, it may be monthly.
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta pay the DJs, you gotta pay the radio stations, you gotta
Bruh.
pay PR, you gotta
Bruh.
pay a lot of people.
And that's a point that you
Telling
then
you.
can speak to because you're an independent
Yeah,
artist.
I know.
So you have to massage those relationships to get into those actual situations to then say, yeah, let me talk to the station control manager, the person that then
Program director.
that then decides how often these songs are then played and pushed in rotation. So then you paying that person too.
I got
Yeah,
a
you gotta
question.
break them off.
You know,
What's
you're
up?
breaking bread across the board.
So
day.
if I got $1,000, I'm trying to break
That boy
in.
about to say something crazy. Go ahead.
No.
man.
If I got $1,000, I'm trying to break in.
All right.
How far they gonna get me? Then I'm gonna stop free now. You laughed off free. I got 1,000. How far that 1,000?
What I'm gonna tell you to do with your $1,000?
What's up?
Go press and print some more copies of your album, your EP.
Don't even do that. Don't even do that.
Don't do that.
Pressing. That's old school though. Pressing.
Bruh.
So
At
everything's
this
digital.
point, he asked him about $1,000, so he don't even know what he's supposed to do. I told you what? I told you, okay, you build your following up to a point where you can tell these folks, hey, go to Apple Music, go to Spotify. When you go to sleep at night, just
Streaming.
turn my damn album on and then cut the shit down.
Let that thing stream.
I told her, Black Dog that same shit.
You did say that.
So
you told that to
again-
boom. You told that to boom.
So again,
Shout out, Boom
it's a
Daddy.
way you can manipulate these algorithms to play in
Yeah.
your favor and then receive something because they all manipulate you as well. It's a
real
game
thing.
like it, man.
So $1,000 can go a long way. Then.
It can go
It can,
just
depending on what
the
you're
quality
using it
of
to.
the work that
Man,
you
I'm
did
about to
to
go
put
ahead and
out.
drop
I
my
would,
EP.
I would, if I had $1,000 independent artist, if you got
Captain
$1,000
Crunch.
to your budget, don't use it towards DJs or radio. Use it
EP
towards
coming soon.
Craft.
internet.
EP
and
coming
streaming.
soon.
Your craft.
Called
Craft
Captain
too.
Crunch.
What?
What is
Name
he
my
talking
EP
about?
gonna be called Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Trash.
You ain't even heard it, nigga. How you gonna call it trash?
I
You
heard
ain't
that
heard
shit you just spit about 30 minutes ago. That was trash.
But that was old school. I was giving y'all a taste.
I don't want
I can give you some more, but I
No.
was saving for the EP.
We good.
Captain Crunch.
We good, man. You got any questions?
Coming out, coming out mid 2021.
You know he drinking. He been drinking, so it's all good.
Black Dove, this is real. Oh,
I
you don't believe
know.
in my dreams?
Obvious.
Black Dove, you don't believe in my dreams?
Nah, not this
Captain
one.
Crunch. Coming out EP. Listen, y'all playing. Y'all playing with me.
Coming out EP.
I mean,
EP coming out.
EP coming out. You know what I'm saying? Come on, now, don't mess with my words now.
You mess up your own words.
Captain Crunch coming out summer of this year.
Why is it called Captain Crunch?
It's a long story.
It's a long story? Let me
I
hear
got-
that.
You know.
That's
all right,
episode
well,
7. Captain Crunch.
Okay.
You want to hear the
Captain-
story?
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
You want to hear the story?
I do.
You want to hear the story? All right, so basically.
Why you gonna change the food?
Hey,
So
that's what he was gonna say.
So listen, as a young child, you know, my favorite cereal was Frosted Flakes. You know, you're great. You know, Tony the Tiger.
yeah.
You know, that's all I was eating. You know, I ain't met with nothing but the Frosted. I ain't mess with nothing else, right?
I was eating Special K, so go ahead.
Special K.
If I'm-
Finish your damn story.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so when I went to my granddad's house, he made me Raisin Bran because he like to keep you regular. You know, Raisin Bran.
yeah.
Disgusting. He had regular cornflakes too. So
Add some sugar.
Had to put some sugar. Yeah, I used to do that too.
Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
When you turn it back, put the sugar in there. So, I don't know what happened along the lines. I was introduced to Captain Crunch. You know, I enjoyed Captain Crunch so much, it stuck with me, man. It's a staple in me right now. It's the cornerstone of Jay Wade is Captain Crunch. Why wouldn't I call my first EP Captain Crunch? I'm sorry, I just spit in my cup. Why wouldn't I call it Captain Crunch? Because that's me, Captain Crunch. Now it may mess up the top of your
Your roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm willing to fight through the pain for that taste.
Just let it soak a little bit longer.
Soggy
much.
cereal.
Yeah, I don't like soggy.
Bro, it's not
That shit nasty.
Bro,
Can't do it.
You know what?
The way you be sopping up them mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Boy, that boy. Y'all ever see Peggy's macaroni and cheese? Boy, that is an Olympic sport.
You had something you want to ask me? I feel like you want to ask me.
This
Go.
nigga here, bro. He's
Let's get back.
Jarrell.
Look, tell him about that.
Jarrell.
Tell him about that macaroni and cheese. Bet.
Jarrell.
Don't lie.
Jarrell.
All right, go ahead.
Jarrell.
Go ahead.
Let me. You know what? You can talk about how I eat, but let me talk about how you sleep.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay then. Because I got artifacts over here. You have
no
no
idea.
documentation of how I eat my food.
Well, you gonna hit it this weekend.
How I'm here.
Oh yeah, we is.
Yeah, you gonna hit.
We gonna hear that.
Whatever.
Hey.
Anyway. Whatever.
Anyway, though. Let's move on to let's get to the present. You know, we've been talking about the past.
Yeah.
Let's get to the present.
Yeah.
Prodigy, Fat Joe, what you got going? What you got going on? Cause we got to get into Wade on it. I want to hear what you think about Wade on this thing. But what's going on?
Prodigy, Fat Joe. I got Fat Joe who blessed the track. He pretty much introduced me as a prodigy. That's why I called it Prodigy, because I feel like I'm the game's prodigy right now. I've studied the game so much. I studied Jay-Z, Master P, D and Y from Rough Riders, Nipsey Hussle. I study how they doing everything they did to get in the game, and I'm really on that same journey. I got my own label. I got my own clothing. I'm doing everything on my own dollar. For me as an independent artist to get Fat Joe on the record, that's big.
No
a lot of people ain't doing that.
No jokes, but you should study some little Field Mob too in there. But that's just
Field Mob?
Just study a little Field Mob if you want to.
I fuck with Field Mob too. Don't get it
Study a
twisted,
little
bro.
Field Mob. What's next? I mean, Prodigy's out streaming. What's the next move? If you want to give us an exclusive, I'm fine with it.
I got you. I'm working on an album called 333.
Ooh, I didn't even know that.
Right. You know what?
It's almost done.
You know what? I like that.
I know it.
I like that.
I know he was gonna feel that.
I like that.
You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I mean, you again.
Well, somebody explain it to me then.
I'm gonna let him say it, then I'm
I'm
gonna piggyback
not-
up whatever you gonna say. No, I got you.
Dre, you know what I mean?
No, it's
Okay.
just, bro.
A lot of people, it's gonna go over a lot of people's
It
heads.
is. It's
all
like
right.
it's like when you see certain numbers in sequence of one another
All day, every day.
It's a certain meaning behind those numbers.
Right.
And like we see 555, when you see 333, when you see 111 or 1111, like those numbers have actually significant meaning behind them. So I'm assuming 333 for you, it has a certain symbolism
Most
behind
definitely.
it.
Most definitely.
And
I
at
got a
that
story
point,
for that too.
and that's what I'm saying. So it's just like it's a symbolism in everything that he's done, and that's
Yeah.
that's what I actually kind of wanted to ask you. I was like, so
Okay.
symbolisms are big for you,
Hell yeah. All
and
day.
so what do you then like use to curate whatever it is that you're going to pivot towards for next? Like, so 333, how did it manifest? How did you get to that
Man,
actual place? That period. What was it?
That basically happened. It was basically a turning point, right?
Yep.
So I was working at GP at the time.
Gotcha.
And I was going through like a spiritual cleansing.
Uh-huh.
So towards the end of that spiritual cleansing, I kept seeing 333 every day for like 2 weeks. So at the end of that 2 weeks, I got laid off.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
But within 30 days, mind you, I'm going to give you the dates too. Within 30 days, I found a new job. So I got laid off on August 14th during the pandemic.
Yep.
September 14th, I had a new job already.
Boom. 30
What
days later.
3 days.
30 days later.
Three. But
So
it's real
that-
stuff right here,
and,
man.
And it's a turning point because as soon as I got that new job, within like maybe a month or so, I had a new job. That's when I got connected to Fat Joe.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
30.
Within that time frame, I left my house that I own in Decatur. I moved out there, got a new spot in Smyrna, and now I'm about to rent that house out. So this happened within a span of 2-3 months. Really 3 months. So when you look at the numerology, 333,
Yep.
Wow.
I wake up every morning.
Transition.
If I wake up in the morning, if it's 9 a.m., it's going to be 9:33. I wake up 7:33. Like, I see that shit
33.
all day.
Is this
How old
really-
are you?
I'm 33.
My point exactly. So again, hey, and like
Wow.
when did Jesus go
This
about
is
his
real
father's
talk.
work?
Huh?
When did Jesus go about his father's work?
33.
So again, like
Scottie
we talk about
Pippen.
symbolisms, we talk about the notion of symbolisms. So again, if you're interested in what 333 means, look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. Like it's all in alignment with what we need to be connected to. The stuff that they then say we should be fearful of. Bro, do your own research.
If you're in tune,
Do your own research.
especially
If your third eye's open, you know what we talking about. If you blind, it's over your head. And I ain't finna allude to it because guess what? You need to do your own research.
do your research. if you're in tune, I ain't gonna lie to you. Through these days and times of the pandemic and the COVID, it's a real thing. Don't get me wrong, it's a real thing. Real. But if you're in tune, you'll be all right. That's all I'm gonna say. You'll be all right. You'll know how to move, and you'll know how to like really channel the energy that you need. And like this album's called 333. They in parentheses, I'm putting the vacation, because everything old I got rid of and got replaced with new shit within 4 months. So it's the vacation.
This boy back Doug getting too deep for y'all. Like,
yeah, let me stop, man.
Like that's bro. Like
get too deep out.
To me, that bro, you have to then think on a certain level, and you have to kind of like try to then ascend with certain people that recognize that.
Exactly.
Well. So the circumference of the people that you then surround yourself with, the level of which they then think, it then impacts you. So it speaks that you then hang around some high volume thinkers that then also are influencing you. So you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And in that you recognize that, you know what, I want to even grow even more. Oh. What's something that you said for 2021 that you want to focus on as far as like growth? Because I know we talk. What's the focus point for you for growth for 2021?
2021 for me really is building wealth.
Gotcha.
Like for real. So I'm about to rent out my first property. I'm probably gonna, by the end of the year, I'm probably have like 3 properties that I own. Facts. And I'm putting that into the universe. That's manifesting. I'm gonna have 3 properties.
God receiving it. You gonna get it.
Music career is gonna go crazy.
Right.
It's gonna go crazy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this Fat Joe situation ain't happened for no reason.
Facts.
So we on our way. And me and Fat Joe still speak through DM. And I'm not even gonna say all the conversations we talk about, but some shit about to happen. Put it that way.
Like that's, bruh. So if you're an independent artist and if you clicked on this by mistake and you watched this shit to this point here, I promise you, like, if you're not motivated at this point, you will be before you click off this bitch.
Right.
Stay down. I would say stay down and know that you're gonna have you have to have the mental capacity to be really strong to deal with the obstacles and people too, because on the road to success, a lot of people gonna drop off. People gonna start doing crazy shit. Even people closest to you, they probably do some backstabbing, betrayal type shit. But you got to be strong enough to keep going, because everybody can't take your success. Everybody ain't meant to go with you.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Like Nipsey said on his intro,
everybody can't go.
Circle got smaller. Everybody can't go. And that's a real statement.
It's it. You know?
I don't even fuck with a lot of people, and that's facts.
And that's honest, because you know when you look at what you're trying to do, you think big picture, but you can break it down to a micro and a macro level.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem. Folks get so blindsided by the things that they then feel are barriers or challenges that they then stop because they then are fearful of failing. Bruh, what the fuck you scared for? You gonna fail. You gonna get no's. You gonna get plenty of no's. You gonna get plenty of folks to tell you, but that's trash, bruh. It don't fucking matter. From last time I recognized, like, it was 7.4 billion people on this earth.
We went to Aces.
A lot of motherfuckers.
Went to Aces and the DJ wouldn't play your music. Remember that?
Who was that?
Went to Aces across from living room. Remember that?
Oh yeah, the DJ was hating. He knew who I was.
Didn't play your music.
It was the funny thing.
It was an African club.
It was an African club, and people who don't know, I'm Nigerian, so I'm gonna say this. I don't care. Like, I'm Nigerian. I love my culture, but because I'm so Americanized, I was born out here. A lot of them hate on me, and a lot of them don't really fuck with my music. Cause they're like, nah, he ain't really Nigerian.
Man, I ain't got.
And you saw it that night when we went to the club. They ain't played my record. They didn't. So like, I'm gonna embrace the folks who support me. You know what I mean?
We play your record down in Albany. Come on down there to the
No, shout out to Nigeria. They play my record out in Nigeria though. They show me love in Nigeria. It's just certain people out here in Atlanta that's like, nigga, fuck him. He ain't really.
At the end of the day,
you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day,
it is what it is.
We don't wait for nobody to promote us. We do what we gotta do. We get our own bags. We ain't wait for somebody to think, hey, say, here come show up here, nigga. I'll beat it before you even get there. Because I already know resources gonna be coming. And I'm gonna be there to meet the research before you get there.
Hey, that nigga ain't lying. Hey, my video shoot to Walk My Way, that nigga was there before me. And that nigga called me. He's like, nigga, I'm in here already. I'm like, what the fuck?
And that boy Pat surprised you now.
I ain't told that nigga the whole week. I didn't even know he was coming. He was like, I'm already
I
here.
ain't gonna lie to you.
I learned what?
Black Dove. I'll tell you, I'll give y'all a tidbit like why I respect Black Dove, because I understand like what you just said, like you being so Americanized, you then being a somewhat of an outcast. As ironic as it is, being in Atlanta, being a rapper, being detached from his motherland, but recognize that, you know what? I am African at my root. I am black at my soul. I have counterparts on both sides that I fuck with. And that's why I fuck with you, because truly enough, I only have so many African friends like that are of African descent. And you've accepted me like, you know, I was, you know, one of you. Yeah. And I am. And that's the part that folks forget. Like, I am still one of you, even though I am displaced.
That's real.
I'm displaced.
Yeah. I'm Irish.
So recognize that the fact that I have a certain loyalty to you, and that you saw that in me, and I didn't have to reciprocate that at first. I was like, damn, this dude's solid. So for me, I was just like, all right, cool. I can rock with this guy. So I've always been supportive of you, and I've always recognized like this dude ain't. He's not no average. He's not an average guy, and that's important.
Got a little West Indian in mind, Irish.
You from Albany, Georgia.
Albany.
I don't know what
Georgia.
That means. I'm from a little Aztec.
Aztec.
Yeah.
Do you
Pocahontas?
You know what? Do you
Pocahontas?
Okay, so yeah, bruh. Thank you for taking your time out to sit with us. Talk about
Hold on, we gotta get away to
this shit normal for me.
Bro,
I'm
ending the interview and we're going into Wade on it, because you over there bullshit. Like, we're going to Wade on it.
Pat, I do have Aztec in me. I did Ancestry.com.
That shit fake.
Exactly. So you thinking about big government, then you know what? We need to go that shit.
That shit fake as fuck.
Yeah. So
all right then. Let's get into my favorite segment. Disclaimer is called Wade on It, where you people send in your anonymous questions.
There you go.
And we answer it. Disclaimer.
That's it.
Do not listen to anything we tell you. This is for my personal entertainment.
All this shit is
and for my laughs.
All this shit is for his entertainment family. Caught on by now. All of it.
Correct. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is off my entertainment. For my laughs. I'm talking about. I started this podcast for me to laugh. All right, but we're gonna help you the best way we can.
Yes, sir.
Just if something happened to you, it ain't our fault. All right, first question. Black Dog, you ready?
Hey, I'm ready. I'm with you.
Someone actually sent this in.
Yo.
Let me take a sip.
That boy crazy.
First question, Drew.
Yeah.
For the guys that eat booty.
Oh shit.
I don't know if this is correct grammar. You ain't ever had a bad experience like a woman with terrible hygiene.
Hey, listen. I'm grown, 33, like we just said. Nigga, I've ate ass.
When the last time you ate booty?
It's been a minute.
What's a minute?
Probably like
he ain't eating everybody ass.
nah, hell nah. Probably like 2 years ago.
What allows? What woman pour it for you?
You can if you want to.
I'll pour you misery.
Hold on, wait. Let me goddamn finish this shit.
Pour your own misery, man.
Well,
that my boy Bradley would say pour your own misery.
That's it.
Cause you a guest though.
My boy, D-Rock.
Appreciate you, homie.
So you what, last year?
2 years ago, probably like 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago, last time you ate some booty.
Bro, I don't eat everybody
He
booty.
said 8. He didn't say he
I've done it before, but I don't do it on the regular. No.
It wasn't intentional.
Wasn't intentional.
No, it wasn't. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I keep 100 with you.
Juwan.
I'm wrong, nigga.
Juwan, you say you asked me.
All right, so last time you intentionally ate some ass was 2 years ago?
Yeah, right about to. Huh?
So you was 31.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Now I'm like to me, from what I recognize is the older you are, the more free you are with this.
Yeah, come on, man.
So a lot of folks at that point will say like, you know what, bro, this shit boring as fuck. They wouldn't even want to try that shit.
Exactly.
So, bro, we got profile. They say all the tape, like, bro, I'm telling you,
profile
bro,
nasty. Shout out, Pyro.
You gonna be in the bro.
This is what I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like for me,
to me, it's whatever floats your boat. But
yeah.
For me, she was sucking some dick.
It depends. It depends. It depends on the situation. Like, yeah, I ain't finna eat everybody.
Dre,
like that.
you eat booty?
This is not it. I'm I'm not on it. No.
What now?
Comment, bro.
Juwan, number one because you hey booty.
I ain't on the panel, B.
Oh, okay. So I guess the only one that's willing to say they ate some booty on here is Akeem.
It ain't he's willing to
Black
say
dog.
it. It's the one he's the only one that's done it. Like, and if I've done it, that's by mistake. So if you trying to out me out the comments, bitch, I'm gonna air your ass out. My bad.
Hey man, hey, listen.
I would say I'm about to get married, so booty gonna get ate. But I have
Jarrell.
not ate no booty yet.
Jarrell, you gonna be doing some nasty ass shit.
Yes,
You
I
are.
am.
You are.
Forever is a long time.
No, I ain't, bruh. It ain't even about being forever, nigga. All right, Jarrell. When last time you had sex?
I'm on a spiritual journey of
Oh, you are. That's good.
It's been 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. He finna do some nasty ass shit in the court.
6 months?
But wedding night, but I'm eating booty.
No, you is.
And you got
TMI.
Bro, do me a favor.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Do me a favor, bro.
That's crazy.
Hey,
What happened?
Just make sure you good. You good, cause I know how you get down. You know you Jarrell, you.
We know about. Go ahead and say it. I ain't gonna say it now. What I do? I don't. You know, I
From
ain't
your
say.
stories and from my recollection of your stories, you know you
What that?
hey you worry about yourself.
I
Make
ain't
sure
gonna
she
lie.
good.
I ain't gonna lie to you. See what? No condom. She'll be lucky if she get 3 minutes. Now I'm gonna try my best to switch positions, but listen.
It's a mind thing, man.
Yeah, okay. But
promise
my
you
mind
it
is weak because when I dive in that thing, it's gonna be a short performance. But hey, help is on the way. Is country? Was it country?
Country Wayne.
Country Wayne
Help
would
is
say-
on the way.
We can go 2 rounds. And the second round be better than the first because the first was gonna be a dud. Be crazy.
Hey, at least you real about it. At least you real about it. At least you real about it.
Hey, he's preferencing you now on the episode.
Courtney ain't gonna
6.
watch this. Courtney don't watch this. Is she watching? Nah,
She gonna watch this shit, bro.
She gonna watch it.
I'm gonna make sure she watch this segment right
So
here.
basically, ain't nobody to answer your question. Ain't nobody really ate nobody booty with terrible hygiene. And terrible hygiene, eating booty is basically you eating boo boo fragments.
Basically,
Exactly.
or you
That
charming.
sucks for
You
you.
charming.
So please, I would tell you for her to take a shower first before you eat the booty. Make sure you take a shower.
Is it a man that said that? I mean, I would hope you. Bro,
I think that's a
like,
woman. It sounds like a woman asked that question.
So the woman asking, y'all ain't had no.
It's a woman that asked that
experiences
question.
with-
I mean, I don't know.
It's anonymous, yeah. I
That
guarantee.
was-
I
to
guarantee
me-
it's a woman that asked that question.
I ain't eating shit that like it got like whole like you got toilet paper particles between your cheeks. I ain't eating that shit.
Second question. It starts off like this. Y'all know what kind of question it'll be when it starts off like this. It's the audacity for me. It must be a woman. I don't know a man who
Definitely,
is.
it's definitely
I
a
hope
woman.
a man. It's the
Audacity?
audacity for me.
That sounds emotional shit. Go ahead.
Ooh,
It sounds very emotional.
that's all Black Dove's views.
Yeah.
I never said a woman is
The
emotional.
audacity? That's a
Man,
woman.
read the question.
I'm about to read the question. Why do separated/divorced men and women feel so inclined to jump in the DM of another married person who left/are leaving your spouse for being deceitful, but find it okay to lure someone else into deceit? Make it make sense.
That's a woman talking, and I'll guarantee you it's probably like a divorced man that jumped in her DM.
That's personal experience.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
That shit personal as hell.
Very
I'm not
personal.
married, so I can't speak to that.
I can't speak to it either.
And I feel like at that point, with the question, the way it's asked, and the way it's worded, that young lady is experiencing something from an individual in which she had experiences with, she has ties to. He didn't choose her. He chose somebody else. Now he's trying to go back to you, and you married, and you think you happy, and you upset because he's like, well, shit, you trying to go back to me. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Ma'am.
And
But you gotta understand. This is what I'm gonna say. Like,
I'm looking at the camera. Am I on the right camera?
now go ahead. Say what
All
you
right,
gotta say.
camera right here. Ma'am. If you want that penis, just say you want that penis. Now, look, you can literally shut that down easily. You can block him.
Very easy.
But if you in there accepting that divorced man's messages
exactly.
and entertaining it,
It sounds like she slept with him.
It sounded like they had pre-existing
she
history.
rolled the penis.
Entanglements.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he chose somebody
Yeah, those
else.
entanglements.
He told somebody else.
And
He like, well, that shit didn't work out. I'm not back in your DMs, and now you mad because I'm here. But
a man or woman,
I'm the
can
one
shut
you really
down
wanted.
anything in their DMs
Exactly.
if they want to. You can shut it. You can shut it down if you want to. But me personally, man, if you want, hey, if you married, you've been married for a minute, you want to go do a little spicy, get a little spicy. I mean, you ain't my wife.
And you gotta look
Get
at
spicy. You want to get spicy? Get spicy.
Jarrell.
Get spicy. You want to get spicy?
Jarrell. Question.
What
Jarrell.
happened?
What's your wedding date?
I don't want to tell everybody.
All right, so you get married in a couple weeks, right?
pretty much.
So that energy gonna be the same if somebody from your exes slide your DMs,
No.
or is it the same if Courtney gets DMs along those lines?
No.
All right, then. That's all I gotta say.
This ain't advice for me. This for her.
But listen, you gotta look at it like this, man.
If she want to get spicy, get spicy.
You gotta look at it like this. If it's somebody who's just recently divorced and they going into your DMs and you married, that's what I got from the question.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta understand somebody who's recently divorced is miserable. Misery loves company.
They
haven't fully healed.
They ain't looked in the mirror yet.
They ain't looked in the mirror. They ain't go through no therapy or
Shadow
whatever you
work
gotta
ain't been
do.
done
to heal.
yet.
Hey, more than likely,
They
though,
wanna
they
bring
ain't
you
gonna
with
tell
they
on
shit.
you either. So
That's what it is.
they ain't gonna tell. So if you, hey,
I'm hurt, so I might as well goddamn do what the fuck I want to do and goddamn
Hey,
hurt
they ain't gonna
somebody
tell
else
I
and
think the
shit.
quote goes, hurt people.
Yeah, exactly.
ain't that what Kevin? What's his name? Chris Samuels said on the finale.
Kevin Samuels.
No. We talking about Chris Samuels from Housewives of Potomac. Y'all don't watch that.
I don't.
Housewives of Potomac. I know. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
It's too late. You said
No, I
you said
don't
Potomac of all places.
Courtney
You said
made you watch
Potomac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It's okay.
no, nah. He found on his own.
Oh, he
He
volunteered?
found on
Okay.
his own. He's like,
Hey,
it's
Hold
It's kind of entertaining. I like this here. Potomac kind of
Housewives of
popping.
Potomac. What?
Potomac.
Jay Wade, what's going on, bro?
I was in that thing, watching that thing by myself, but hey,
I know you is.
Courtney slip up and forget about it, but hey, but you better get on him about to watch the episode without you now. I'm trying to see what Monique did that week. You know what I'm saying?
That boy crazy.
Monique Samuels and Chris Samuels, but that drama was heavy, boy, with the pastor from New Birth. What's his name? What's his name? The New Birth pastor.
Jamal?
Jamal. Yeah, that's his name, but hey.
I have no
That's
idea
a
what his
ho,
name
ho.
is.
Nah, it's Jamal. He the one took out the.
He got them babies. Jamal
Brian.
Bryant.
He took over after Eddie.
With Giselle. Giselle is his wife. His ex-wife that he had about 3 babies. Then he went got back with her. His whole bunch.
Bruh. Hey, ain't gonna lie to you. Shouts out to New Birth. Come out to the airport. We got you.
Okay. Come on, Jamal Bryant.
Nah, I ain't talking about him. The congregation. New Birth. We got you.
He always flying. He probably done seen y'all.
Hey, New Birth.
I'm just playing.
We got you.
We endorse Jamal Bryant in the New Birth Church of God in Christ Jesus. Name.
Hey, I don't
Ain't that the name?
know.
Hey, that the same church that
Bruh, we ain't going there. We ain't going there. No. Shut up, Jarrell. Eddie Long did not know. Hey, what's the next story? What's the next story?
It along
Bruh, Jarrell, this is going on YouTube.
you taking a picture.
Jarrell, this is going on YouTube.
It really is going on YouTube. Yeah, you got
This is
it.
going on YouTube. Chill out, bro. Hey, are we done? Are we done?
R.I.P.
Nigga. All right. Hey, we out. It's over.
I ain't even looking in the mirror.
It's over. Hey, we done. Hey, Juwan, cut.
Hey, no, for real. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. Episode 6, man. Like I said, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the alert button. We got some new content coming, man. We got stories with Wade. We got Wade on the challenges coming. A lot of stuff, man. Appreciate you back there coming in, man.
Hell yeah.
Good luck, man, going forward. We behind you. Got to wait on the stamp. We behind you, my brother. You been had to wait on the stamp.
Of course.
Man, go to www.wadeonthepodcast.com. Buy the merch, buy your shirts. We got new shirts, new designs coming. Peace Save, what we got? Private Society, Peace Save, Number One Productions, all that good stuff. Andre 3000
Listen
on the camera.
Listen here. I promise you, we got plenty of things in motion for 2021.
That was the last question, though?
It was only 2. I'm doing
It was only 2?
Just
wow. Okay, cool.
We are going
I could hit you with
all gas, no brakes. Shouts out to my dog Black Dove.
Yes, sir.
If you've checked into this Wait On podcast installment, you got some gems. Hope you stuck around for him.
Shout out
If you
Jet Li.
didn't,
Shout out
feel
Jet
free.
Li.
Good night,
I'm watching Romeo Must Die right now. But nah, man. Appreciate
you know,
y'all tuning in,
hey.
man. Episode 6, man.
Episode 6. Episode 6.
We out, man.
Episode 6.
We out. Hey, man, shout out Hollywood coming next week, man. Episode 7, we got Hollywood, man. Representing that 305, though, man. Shout out the mob. Hollywood.